Welcome to BomiChess. Today we're gonna talk about one of the best chess players from 19th century. And he was also first official world chess champion, Wilhelm Steinitz. He was born in 1836 in Prague, which was back then Bohemia, Austrian Empire, and today is Czech Republic. So he started playing chess when he was 12, but he didn't play it seriously until he was in his 20s. And he moved to Vienna in 1857, when he was 21 years old, and then he started playing chess seriously. After only 2 years, he won third place in the Vienna City Championship, and only 2 years after that, in 1861, he was first at the same Vienna Championship. And he was first by far, he was the best. He scored 30 points out of 31. So he earned a nickname Austrian Morphy. And back then he was the best player in Austria. So they sent him in 1862. They sent him to London to a strong tournament when he was placed 6th. And he challenged 5th placed right away. And they had a match and he won that match. So then he decided to stay in London and to pursue his professional chess career. So soon he was beating Blackburn and strong players like that. And in 1866 he had a match against strongest player of that time, Adolf Anderssen. And he won that match 8-6. So he was considered the best player in the world from 1866. And he will reign the chess world for the next 20 years. Or even 30. 20 years after that, in 1886, he had the first official world championship match against Zukertort, and he won that match easily. Already then, Steinitz was playing his new invented style of chess, which was positional play. In the Romantic era of chess, this wasn't the case. Everybody was just playing for attack. They would love to sacrifice the piece, or the queen, the rook, whatever, just to attack the opponent. But Steinitz actually saw that this is not the best way how to play chess. It would be better first to maneuver your pieces and occupy the strong squares, and then after that you can start looking for some tactical motives. So there, the players back then were thinking that this style of play is cowardly. But even Emanuel Lasker, who would become the next world champion, said that Steinitz was inspiration for him. So with that style of play, he easily defended his title 3 times, Steinitz, and the first one to beat him was actually Emanuel Lasker in 1894. So this game was played in 1859. It was played against Karl Hamppe, and Karl Hamppe was Switzerland-born Austrian chess player, strong master, who was also a big theoretician. And he was famous by playing the game from 1872, which is known by Immortal Draw. And this is one of the most beautiful draws ever. So we're probably gonna cover it in some of the next games. So okay, they played this in Vienna in 1859. Let's see how the game go. So Hamppe was white and Steinitz was black, and Hamppe opened with e4. We have e5. Knight to c3, and this is Vienna game. So this is something that was played in Vienna a lot back then. That's why it got this name. So knight to f6, and now we have this f4. This is gambit, and this is called Vienna gambit. So okay, Steinitz played here d5, and we have this e takes d5. Main line would be to take this pawn on e5, but okay, Hamppe took this pawn on d5. So we have this knight takes d5, and here Hamppe took on e5. So he's not afraid of this check here, because after, for example, check, g3, we have this tactic. Gives check, queen gives check, and it's attacking the rook as well. But this knight is defending this square right now, so this is not a problem. So he took the pawn, and now Steinitz took this knight, which was defending this square. And Hamppe took with a pawn, so pawn takes on c3, and now we have this check. Queen to h4 check. So Hamppe don't want to play this, because it will lead to loss of a rook. So he put a king on e2. And now Steinitz is trying to attack the king. So bishop to g4, check. We have this knight to f3. And now we have Steinitz is going to develop his other knight to c6, attacking this pawn on e5. And we are defending this pawn with d4. But now we have this long castling, this queenside castling. And so this is, the pawn is pinned now to the queen, so this pawn is not defended again. And here we have this bishop to d2, which was a mistake. But okay, this leads to first Steinitz attacked. He took this knight on f3, pawn takes, and now we have this knight takes pawn on e5. Steinitz is going for attack, this king is open in the center now, and let's see what happens. His opponent took with a pawn, and now we have this bishop develops to c5 square, and now it's attacking this long diagonal. So this f2 square, if not defended, is gonna be checkmate in the next move. So okay, here white played this queen to e1, and we have queen to c4 check. So this king has only one square to go. This bishop is guarding this diagonal, so he goes to d1, and now this bishop is pinned again, and this time it's absolute pin, and it's pinned to the king. So this allowed us to take this pawn on c3, and now this queen is attacking this rook on a1 as well. So rook moves to b1, and now we have this queen takes pawn on f3. Check again. So we are giving check, we are attacking this rook as well. So white is allowing us to take this rook and defending this check with a queen. But black has something else in mind. Black took the bishop here on d2. So this is check, and we are attacking the queen as well, so we need to take this. Queen is pinned, so the only move is king takes rook. And now we have this rook developed to d8. And here Hamppe has only one square to go, because this one, if he decides to go here with a king, now queen to c3, check. This bishop is guarding this diagonal, so the only defense is actually queen to d2, but now this rook is guarding this line, so we can simply take it. So this would be a checkmate. His opponent didn't play this. He played, of course, king to c1, and now we have this check, bishop to a3 check. The only way to protect the king here is rook to b2, and now we have this queen right away attacking the rook. Because if not defended, next move we are gonna deliver checkmate, because this rook is still defending this file. So here white tried to play this bishop to h3, giving check to the king and allowing black to take this bishop, but black here simply moves the king to b8. And now white is trying to threaten black king. He played queen to b5. He has this nice battery here, attacking this b7 square, and if black doesn't do anything, the next move is gonna be checkmate. But black has something else in mind here. This is checkmate in 3 moves, and Steinitz saw it right away. So if you want to try to find a checkmate, you can pause the video now and try to find it. Good luck. Okay, I hope that you were able to find this checkmate. And first move is queen to d2 check. So this square is not defended, so this king must move. He goes to b1, and now we have this beautiful queen sacrifice, queen to d1 check. The only move is rook takes on d1, and now we have this rook takes on d1 checkmate. So this was the way how Steinitz beautifully ended this game. I hope that you like it. Write down in the comments, did you like the game? Were you able to solve this checkmating pattern? And I'll see you in the next game. Bye.